As you may know, this is our second episode, so we're trying some new things. So since our podcast is called In the Chat, we came up with a new segment called Remove from the Chat. So basically, this is a segment where we name a person or persons that did some messed up things in the news, and you will be removed from the chat.
Gotta go.
Now, when we say remove from the chat, that means you don't come back until we add you back or until we bring you back up.
For sure.
So this is real. So
And you can't add them back to the chat, bro.
not at all, not at all.
You can't add them back to the chat.
So Nug, you wanna do this one today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, today we got Dr. Edison Jackson of Bethune-Cookman University and Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos. You're getting removed. You're getting removed.
You're getting removed, man.
Gone.
So just go do a little bit backstory for y'all who don't know. Dr. Edison Jackson, clear me if I'm wrong, Nug, but he's the president of Bethune-Cookman since 2013, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
And as their speaker of their graduating commencement this year, they chose who, Nug?
The Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos.
And the reason why it's so comical is because she's the Secretary of Education.
And she had a pretty trying time this year, you know, during her confirmation and all of that, with all the questions and things like that she was given. And everything was super controversial from, you know, even from them voting her in for her confirmation. I think it was 50-50, and it had to be, you know, the tie had to be broken up by the vice president.
Poor public speaker.
Absolutely. So,
You know, she doesn't really have, she has the experience and the background for the position.
right.
But for the things we're trying to change, she doesn't have experience in.
Absolutely.
We're trying to work on the tuition rates.
Right.
Her parents paid for her schooling. She's paid for her kids' schooling. And she has no idea about anything related to financial aid.
Right.
So how can you help provide assistance for a community that depends on financial aid and grant money when you don't necessarily understand it at all?
Right. My question for, the president of Bethune-Cookman is, why even go through with you and your board's decision of having her speak at the graduation with everything that happened? Their student body actually got together and got a petition with 50,000 signatures. They only have 4,000 students. 50,000 signatures
Right.
with students, alumni, and other persons who just plainly expressed their displeasure with her being their speaker. Why would you keep this going? So even and then they went as far as giving her an honorary degree at the graduation.
Really?
An honorary degree.
Really?
Yes.
Before you get into that, though, I just want to applaud those African American students at that college, because they stood up and just
Right.
raised havoc in that joint when she was trying to speak. You couldn't
Right.
even get a word out.
Right.
I know a shorty that I met back in Myrtle a couple years ago that goes to that school, and I mean, like, I seen the Instagram video live, like when she was recording the graduation ceremony, and how turned they was.
Bro,
It's crazy on another level.
Bro,
So I
if
just
it's
want
me,
to
I'm
applaud
bringing-
them for even protesting that.
Bro, if it's me, I'm bringing tomatoes, I'm bringing eggs.
but let me show you.
You know what I
Let me
mean?
read this statement that Dr. Edison Jackson said. He threatened the students that he would cancel the commencement. He said, "Choose which way you want to go." To the students, because if you continue with the booze, I will mail your degrees to you.
I'm still getting my degree.
Yeah,
That's
Either
the whole
way,
thing.
yeah.
I'm still getting
As long
my
as I
degree.
get my
Yeah.
paper.
I don't care. I'll wait on the mailman.
Yeah.
Happily. But
Right.
I can't get with this.
And
I mean,
honestly, I think my parents would be happy with me protesting and standing
Right.
up for what I believe in.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
right.
they'll take that paper in the mail as long as I got it.
Right. She's the things that she was saying, even before she was scheduled to speak, she met with some HBCU leaders, and she decided that she wanted to change the whole narrative on why HBCUs was created, talking about school choice. Back in the day in 1904, when Bethune-Cookman was founded, we didn't have other options in terms of higher education for black people.
Not at all.
And it goes as far as, even back to the Plessy versus Ferguson case, when the Supreme Court ruled that, racial segregation in public facilities, which are colleges, Betsy DeVos, that, you know, it was okay for states that if they wanted to be racially segregated in these schools or buses or restaurants or whatever, it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they hear you, bro.
It wasn't until the school was founded in 1904. It wasn't until 1954 when Brown versus Board of Education came down that made it okay for us to go to the schools in 1904 when Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune founded Bethune-Cookman, that we could go to schools that we were looking at going to before. We had to form our own way of getting higher education. I mean,
Exactly.
how
Right
you
on,
going to try
right
and
on.
change the narrative?
Yeah,
It
you
is
got to
what
look
it
at
is.
this environment too, man.
Absolutely.
This is Daytona Beach, Florida.
Come on, man.
You know what the diversity looks like there? Not much. You know, not much support neither. You know what type of students go there? Go there mostly African American
Absolutely.
students.
Exactly.
It's us.
You know, so you
It's
got
us, man.
you got to do better. You got to do better.
Absolutely. I want you guys to go to thenation.com and check out an article by Tyler Durant, who wrote about this specific event. She was there. She was a student who was at the commencement. Go check that out, man.
So now let's do this real quick. Dr. Edison Jackson,
And Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos.
you have been removed from the chat.